And of course, both are available right now through Patreon, as is everything else we create.
Hey Macy. Yeah, it is so boring right now. So just watching the movie The Watcher with Keanu Reeves. Yeah, and he just tied up the first one, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now, and it's boring. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I did hear about that babysitter stalker, but I'm pretty sure I heard that the local police had the guy in custody. So I don't think he'll show, but if he does, I hope he looks like Keanu Reeves. Sure, it's just a cat.
Even though the sun's still down, no one receives
Here,
it as
kitty,
night,
kitty.
but I'm not careful.
Here, kitty,
Midnight,
kitty.
walk around half naked 7 hours later.
Here, kitty,
By the end of the day, it takes a kit, tools, props, duct tape, handcuffs, and weapons.
Oh, come on. You know I can't give all that away. But Adventures in Babysitting is available through Patreon right now. Our first ever digital written short story adaptation to live action is very exciting, and Samantha and I had so much fun making it. So that is available. The sale is still running here for the rest of this month, rest of June. We are gearing up to film again on July 1st for our next project. I will talk more about that, and then our following project after that, which will be our first planned release, live action release for 2019. But the book versus the movie. Adventures in Babysitting, the book versus the movie. Also coming in July, I'm going to be releasing a director's cut, which you saw there in the picture for it, for Adventures in Babysitting. See, this is a very rare occurrence in book to film. Typically, whenever anyone reads a book, the people, I've made a video about this in the past, always say the book was better than the movie. That was something I did not want to happen here. And when I wrote Adventures in Babysitting, I wrote it in like 2 or 3 weeks. I made it intentionally vague. For anyone who has read the story or seen the movie now, you understand why it was written so vague. And when I looked, we printed out the story, that night to make the movie, and I looked at it and I thought, well, this seems it's a little. I want to add some more to it. I think making the movie, I had an opportunity to add some detail into it. And that's where the stuff with The Watcher, obviously that being a very popular Kidnapper's Corner episode and everything. And when I wrote this stalker character, the whole dancing scene in the movie, in the story, that was the dancing scene was in the story first, and Keanu Reeves does that at the beginning in The Watcher. So I did base that off of his stalker character in The Watcher when I wrote it. And so I thought to myself, well, maybe she can just be watching The Watcher. So I had it on my hard drive, put it on, and I kind of added a lot of content and originality from the concept of her watching this movie in this story. Obviously, her outfit is, Carrie Russell from Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, obviously, which you'll be getting on a KK recap soon enough. But yeah, so I mean, I thought it was, well, and that's Carrie Russell plays a babysitter in that movie. So, in case you were wondering why I picked that, also her name. Erica Park, the babysitter's character, Carrie Russell's character name was Mandy Park, and she played a character named Erica in a different movie. Although not the Babysitter Seduction, which is another movie Carrie Russell was in, where the dad from Seventh Heaven gave her a partial treatment. So she's done multiple babysitting movies. But yeah, that's where this outfit came from and whatnot. Samantha got a kick out of that when I told her. She was kind of wondering what all this stuff was. But the book, the book to the movie, all the scenes, and I've given this digital creation away for free if you want to read it. Some people have done that, before buying the movie, if you want to know what's going to happen. I kept it extremely true to form as far as the DID action goes. And when I wrote this story, I wrote it with my house in mind. So there was no problem adapting anything. Everything that plays out was done in this area, as I thought of it. So I knew I could make it real easy. You'll notice if you look at the covers of the book, that is the real picture of Samantha sitting there, and that is the real area where I put the digital character in. I took the photo right there. So, it is they are identical because they were shot in the same place. So, all the action is there. There's very little other. I added more detail into the movie, and for the director's cut of the story, I'm taking some of that detail out of the movie and writing it into the story. So they're not 100% identical. There's a few things moved around a little. Some of the dialogue and whatnot, dialogue's different. No, it's not identical, but all of the action, all of the main parts are there. The concept is the exact same. This is as close to a spot-on adaptation from a book to a movie as you will ever see. The full film is nearly 50 minutes long. And this is the smallest story I've ever written as far as full stories go that I'll probably ever write. I still got it to almost 50 minutes. Really just one character for the whole movie, which makes me excited to make Meet the Neighbors next summer, Forza Crowd, and Don't Come Inside. I do want to adapt, probably one per year and whatnot. And who knows, I'll probably end up making digital adaptations from live action stuff as we go, or close to. But yeah, so I wanted you guys to get to see some of that. Sale's still running. Samantha's awesome in it. And like I said, we're filming again on July 1st, our next project, and I'll have more about that, more announcements coming in the future. So, thanks guys, and I will see you soon. Click these end cards to check out the Adventures in Babysitting trailer and preview, or to head over to the Patreon fund.